Hey YouTube, what's going on? Today's gonna be an awesome day because we are back out here in the jump paddock after a long wait over winter. We're back out here. So it's actually been 3 months since we're last out here. When we were last out here, it was May when we had that session. And it's funny because during that session, I said that this might be the last session. It turned out to be right because I ended up breaking my wrist. But we're back out here, and to be honest, the jumps are looking a little worse for wear. You know, they've had a hard winter. I didn't end up covering them, but luckily I did weed spray them, so there's hardly any weeds around. But everything does definitely need a good slap up again. Like the rain's definitely got to it a wee bit, but the groundwork's been done and the main features are there, so it's going to be a way easier spring to get the stuff set up. And so the plan for today's video, what I want to do is I'm going to start fixing out this last trick jump landing here, because as you can see, let's get a little bit closer, like bits and pieces of it have fallen away, like bits of the weeds have fallen away. The rain's actually like pushed this thing down a wee bit, bits of it have fallen away, and it's all rough up here. And so the plan for this landing, actually what I want to do with it is we're actually going to resi this spring. And so if you guys that don't know what a resi is you put mattresses all down the landing and then put a black sort of covering plastic material over top. And what happens with that is if you fall on it, it's way less dangerous. You actually slide rather than cut yourself up, and it saves you from a lot of injuries. And lots of people say resi doesn't count, but you know what? You still have to learn the skills. It's still super fun, and I'd rather be able to send bigger tricks for videos on this thing and for me and be safe than crash all the time and get hurt on the dirt. So that's the plan for that. So what we're gonna do is just gonna rake this thing up, square it up, fix up the edge here, fix up the other edge on this side so we're gonna get it a bit nicer and square. We're not gonna butter it up like we normally do in videos. We're gonna get it nice and square, a bit tighter than what it is. So when I do get the mattresses and do get the resi material, it'll be much easier. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump to the time lapse of doing that now. Stoked to be back building. Alright guys, we're about half an hour into the first build in 3 months. And so what I've done so far is I've scraped out these 1, 2, 3 platforms, these kind of stairs, so you can sort of come up here, step onto them. Great for getting like a close angle of photos. Like a 3 table from here would look unreal. And there's just 3 different levels. You can also walk up to the top with them, getting real nice and close. And I've also started scraping off this back bit here, scraping off this back bit here, guarded from the grass clumps, kind of evening it out at the top here. So what we're going to do next is going to finish off making this sort of platform down the back here, make the case pad really obvious, smooth it out. And then we'll probably work into the middle here and then start working on the sides. So what I'm going to do, check the GoPro back on the ramp for a different perspective, get back into the time lapse. Sweet guys, it's been about an hour now, and in typical Levi digging fashion, I've done absolutely nothing to make it ride better, but we have given it a nice tidy up. You know, we've got these steps on the back now, 1, 2, 3, for climbing up the landing and for getting cool photos. We've made the back of the case pad more square, and we've made this platform here. So the idea with this platform is when the resi mat comes over, like I'll bolt a piece of 2x4 to it. The 2x4 will rest along there, then pegs will peg it down to there, and the rest of the mat will go over like that. So that's done. And the back's way smoother now. We filled in this hole underneath the rampway, but put the spare grass clumps underneath there, and just quick look here. Tidied up this side as well, and I mean, like, it's nothing crazy flash, but what doing this does, it packs in, it means that it'll be more resistant to the rain. The rain will come off, it'll hold together nice, it'll be less likely to crumble. So real stoked with that. What we've got to do next is, I think what I'm going to do is rake this. Well, I'll probably have to rake and shovel this side, throw some of that dirt back up, do the other side, then do the landing. So what we'll do, we'll jump back into a time lapse now, we'll start working on this side here, the big side. Sweet guys, there is the next side of this jump done. So the right hand side is all sort of smoothed out, it's got a nice edge to it. In all honesty, it doesn't really help how it rides at all, and it doesn't look as buttery as like what the jumps up there have looked like before, but having this nice edge just sort of makes it a bit safer to ride. You know exactly where you're looking, you know where the edge of the jump is. If you do mess up and miss the lip, you could ride across here and be safe. If you crash and fall down here, it's safer, and like it's just a bit tidier, and it's going to hold up better as well. Now some of those grass clumps around, it's sort of lightly packed, and it should hold up better in the range. Just make this thing set rock hard. So what we need to do now, we're probably about halfway through, or to be honest, actually probably more than halfway through fixing this landing, just because I thought this side was going to take forever and the back would take forever. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go onto the left hand side. So I'll give you guys a look at the left hand side. You've sort of seen where I started making those stairs. Only thing I'm going to do is take away a couple of those weed clumps and just rake this and pat it in, and then we'll be on to the actual landing portion, which is actually looking really good because during winter I actually weed sprayed all the jumps. I didn't actually film it, sorry, but you can see here like dead weeds everywhere. There's not many on here, so I scrape those weeds off, give this a rake, lightly pack in so it's ready, and then come in a few more weeks when it dries out some more, I'll get the mattresses, get them down here, purchase the resin material, put it together, and then we'll have the ultimate jump for sending and learning new tricks and doing big tricks on. So it's going to be so sick. But what we'll do for now is we'll get into fixing up this edge here. And there is another edge done and tidied up, guys. Real stoked how this one's turned out, and real happy with those steps I put in, or those stairs. Gonna be so sick to sort of like set up the tripod there, have people standing there to get some photos, or even do like, I don't know, jumping super close to people. It's always super fun, and it's looking really tidy from the resi goes down. So now the last thing we need to do is, and probably like the biggest packing job, but sort of my favorite bit to do, is finish off this landing, finish the landing edge. It's honestly not too bad. Like if it was dry, you could ride it right now. It's just a bit uneven. It's a couple bits of weeds. So we'll scrape the weeds off, give the whole thing a rake, then lightly pat it down. And also, we're gonna do this top edge here as well to make sure this top edge is level. So we're gonna rake all this top, get it flat, pat it down, and just work our way down this landing, get it done, get it ready for the resi. The resi will be pinned down there. It'll go down here and it'll be epic. So let's get into the last 2 bits of time lapse for this video. Oh man, I am glad that it's over. Like, I haven't done any slapping or digging in quite a while, and honestly my body's not super used to it. I worked up quite a sweat just slapping this landing up, and like honestly the constant impact to my wrist is definitely feeling it. It's actually a little bit sore, so it's a good time to call it. And it's probably good I wasn't slapping this thing up as butter as I do for the other landings, but I am still really stoked on this. This is really the first time this landing's ever been properly shaped, just because we always machine shaped it. Originally we're going to mulch it, but now we're going to resi it. And honestly, like, it looks way better all squared up. It's got a nice edge, nice face that way. We'll go around to the other side to give you guys a look as well. Like, just way smoother, gonna ride real smooth. And honestly, you could ride it right now if it was dry, but unfortunately it is not. Like, way more level all down there, nice edge here as well. Cut in those steps, which is sick, which will be really good for taking photos. And then got that edge up there as well for we're gonna put the resi platform. And so it'd be awesome to be able to test this out, but unfortunately if you look down here, it is just super wet and squishy still. And so that'll be it for this landing for this episode. I don't know if we'll resi the next one. The resi is coming to this very soon. What I'm thinking the next time we're out here, what we'll do is probably, we'll either fix up that big landing, square that up. The reason why I square that one up first before doing these ones is just because there is still a lot of rain to come in winter, because we still got a good month left of winter in New Zealand, even though it is feeling very springish. And what happens when it rains lots is you get all these ruts going down the landings you have to fix. And so I'm thinking, because that landing there is real big and never been really properly shaped, could maybe square that one off, give it a rough shape like we've done to this one for the next one. And then the plan would be fix this, fix the long lines, and just work our way backwards. And so obviously the step up there was destroyed. And so how that got destroyed was I had to take the fence down and adjust the fence just because the sheep kept breaking through it. So we sacrificed the step up to save the rest of the stuff. And to be honest with that step up, while it was super fun to ride, I'm thinking I'm going to change it and make a wooden lip the same size as my airbag landing and make another jump like this. It's going to be 1 pump, 2 jump, 3 wooden jumps in a row. I think that'll be really sick and definitely like play to my style. So I love doing stuff like that. And then I've got to decide what to do because we can't turn around up there. So I'm thinking maybe like a hip or something like that, because I definitely need a hip for cracking tabes. But yeah, real stoked on the work we got done today. Looking forward to riding this line pretty soon in the future and actually being able to test the new long and low we made in the last episode. And I'm thinking, guys, that after we've got everything fixed up, when we start building a new feature, I'll probably start like a season 2 of building my dream jumps. But let me know if you think this should be a season 2 thing, because I mean, this is new stuff we're working on, but it has been here for a while, and it would be cool to do a second season, but I don't know. I'm doing the digging videos, so they're going out anyway, and you guys are seeing them and hopefully enjoying them. In any case, that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. Really hope you enjoyed seeing me sort of fix up that landing. It gives you some tips and inspires you to get out and digging. And like, honestly, make the most of your winter so your summer can be better. That is going to be the end of this video, guys. So make sure to give the video a like. It helps me on heaps. Share it around with anyone you think might enjoy it. Leave some comments if you like, and subscribe if you're new. Cheers for watching, team. We'll see you in the next one.